How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Napoleon Total War. This time, I'm afraid I'm going to have to do a post-narration, okay? And that is simply because the audio quality on the original recording copped up. So we have, yeah, a slight little problem. So I'm going to have to overdub some background music for this, because I could go through and sample in-game battle noises and shit. I think I might do that slightly, but I'm going to have to just record some free music and just shove that in the background. I don't know what it'll be yet, we'll see. Anyway, we've got this little guy with about a couple of units of militia to take care of, nothing too bad. And yeah, let's see how it goes now. If you have a look at the battlefield here, you can see that there is absolutely shite ground to use. We have a nice big hill on this right flank, which, I'm thinking, right, yeah, cannons are going on here, and now I spend about 20 minutes trying to get them all in the right spot. So, yeah, there you go. Cut straight to it being finished, that's how it should be. Now, we're going for good old usual. We're going to have the whole line of line infantry on the left flank, and the light infantry is going to try and hold the right flank. We're going to sweep around. He's barely got any men really to be worrying about. And let's see. We're going to start the fight, and there we go. Right, let's see. Let's move this entire line forward. I think because you see we have a nice hill here, we want the ground advantage, and because he's vastly outnumbered, I assume he's not actually going to want to advance as fast as me, so I'm just going to charge straight in like a lunatic. It's probably the best thing to do. Now, yeah, we'll move the rest of the line. We've got the light infantry, of course. We're just going to do the good old usual tactic. Now, yeah, one thing I did think about was I could edit in individual. I could edit in about a 1 second loop of like one rank of muskets firing, and then put it on a 2 sec, and shrink it down and put it on a half-second loop constantly. So it sounds like machine guns are always going off. But I thought, nah, that might be a bit stupid. So we're gonna leave that idea out straight away. But as you can see, the plan is quite simple. We just move forward and take the hills, one at a time. Well, try to. And yeah, trying to select all the men. But nobody's really engaged in battle yet, except for cannons. And that was like the best spot we could possibly find for a cannon. They were just about in range. I tried putting them at the very top of the hill, and they were too far away. The range was pretty shit. So I had to move them back down the hill. Having moved them up the hill, yeah, it was a pain. Yeah, that's why I made that cut, because it was going to take a long ass time. Now luckily, you can see the general's sat there, and he's just getting, well, not really pounded, but there we go. Couple of hits. Nothing too devastating now, I'm afraid. And let's get a nice little zoomed in view, see if we can see his general get hit by anything. But no, we've taken out 4 of his horses, so it's not too bad. Okay, now, next plan, as always, is to just continue the push. We're going to push him right back. He's punched himself up now, down that little, I would say, call it a gully maybe? I don't know what the best description for that is. But we're going to have to get the line infantry charging up, because if we can get ourselves into position nice and quick, he's now trapped himself in a freaking corner. And there's nothing he can do to get away, because he has no escape routes. Other than to run off the map, but if we block his entire front off with cannons and infantry, he's kind of screwed. So I'm going to move the cavalry around behind, because we want to cut off all of his chances of retreat, pretty much. There you go, his general is now down to 11. Still aiming at him, but not quite getting the hits that I need. Not just yet. Look at that bouncing shot there. Just skim past. There you go. I'm trying to split it up now, seeing as the lighter cannons are out of range. So we're just going to leave the 8-pounders firing away and use the 6-pounders to aim at his infantry. Oh, close hits there, but nothing actually killing anyone because the cannons are fucking blind. And there you go. Yeah, he's finally decided that he wants to line up. And as you can see, he's trying to move out towards me, and I've accidentally met him in the middle with my men, so that's a bit annoying. So we're going to have a bit of a fist fight for a little bit. But as you can see, I do have the man advantage, and I'm pretty sure that this unit here is going to be able to, well, I would be able to charge him if I'd let it, but decides to turn around behind him and cut him from behind, seeing as he's decided to completely encircle himself. Now one of my cavalry units has started firing, the other one hasn't, and I managed to not accidentally kill all my men, which makes a change, because I wasn't paying attention, and I'm pretty sure I deserved to kill half my own cavalry. But yeah, we're going to move, as you can see, this little wing here is starting to break and crumble under our, well, I almost said our might, but it's just, they were all crappy militia, and there goes the general, because he charged in to meet my men and just stood in front of them, and got shot, and then ran through them, so that was a bit of a stupid play on his part. My men win that little fisticuffs fight, and we've defeated him. I think we lost quite a few men in that though. Around about 100 maybe, because it's militia. In a standalone combat fight, it's not that much of a difference. It's just the shooting that makes the real difference. And as you can see, my two units have become entwined and started shooting each other, which is not very good. I cocked up quite badly there. And as everyone is breaking, and we've got the cannons still firing, and yeah, it's going to be a case of chase the shit out of everybody now. So we've got, charging this unit and see if they actually make it to the fight. But it's probably not going to happen. So our cavalry's there though. We've got what, 200 men there, 70 odd there. Everybody else is, I'm just going to leave shooting that unit that's still in the middle. Well, I was going to do, but oh yeah, move them out of the way so they stop killing my cavalry, because my cavalry is running around the back. And then leave, there's my light infantry doing exactly the same. If they were all shooting at that unit of militia right there, it won't be a problem, so I tell them to, just so that I can finish off without losing any more cavalry by accident. And time to split up the cavalry itself. Cavalry, description there. How the hell one unit of that cavalry got selected there, I don't know. My chasseur cheval. But because they've got the bullets, now I can actually turn them. Fire at will while they're chasing off, because they're separate from the other cavalry, and that's going to be pretty much just that. So I'm probably going to cut right here to when it's all finished and done. Yep, there you go, close victory. Because you don't want to normally see me charging around on fast forward because it's boring as hell. So yeah, I lost 195 men. Easy fight. Now I go stand back. I go and stand back in my my land to retrain and spend about 2 minutes pissing about trying to stop raiding my own goddamn trade routes. And in the end, I just get pissed off and leave him there. Well, we do have though Gerard with no movement allowance, so we're gonna have to end the turn. And here comes the Pope with even more bloody militia. Woohoo! So, oh look at him. Yep, there's quite a few units there. Napoleon's army is trained. So one thing we could do is we could move forward and hit him. Napoleon. Oh, we could see how close Gerard is, and he looks like he's just out of range. I don't know whether he's going to make it or not, so definitely just use Napoleon. And you look at that, he's got 6,000 men. 6,000. And what's that, one grenadier here. So that's bloody annoying for a start. That's one hell of a fucking force just to come and meet me. So I'm going to have to fucking stuff this guy up. Quite frankly. I'll change I'm watching my amazing recording setup for this is as follows. Watching it play the edited video playback in the Vegas, Sony Vegas preview window, which I've dragged to about 720p, pretty much. So I could just about read the numbers. It's quite difficult because this is a game that does recommend 1080p monitor or better, which is a bit weird. Actually, all the Total Wars after Empire do that because the font size is too damn small. But anyway, as you can see, the hills are all bastards. Because he is downhill, but we're also downhill from the hill that makes him downhill from. So we're gonna have to move the cannons. So we'll stick them all close there. We're gonna take the land in front of those trees, pretty much, and it's gonna be quite a simple setup as always. Grab all the fucking infantry, one big giant motherfucking line, and all the light infantry will hold on the right flank. So start that and get the cannons moving straight away. That's the last thing we want to do is dilly-dally. I'm going to move the all the light units, all the chasseurs, even those on horseback, up on the right flank, just to make sure it doesn't implode. And the next thing, of course, is to move regular line infantry. Now there's a goddamn lump in the way right here in the middle of the battlefield. So the plan is take everybody again, and then re-put them so that the last guy is just, yeah, pretty much there. And we should line up just in time. So a shootout, because there's a lot of men over there and they're quite worrying. But I forgot my general. Napoleon is just sitting at the back, but shouldn't be a problem. So we have to move these guys around a little bit because the line isn't really too good, or isn't the best. Cavalry's made it up the hill, so we're going to take them, take position facing down. In case anyone comes to rush up against us, then we've got the high ground advantage, and we can also charge down nice and quickly. And I'm going to move the chasseurs forward, just to really push on that flank, so that he doesn't, when he's moving towards my cannons, he's got even further to go when under fire before he'll actually reach them, which makes sense. We don't want any unnecessary losses for our cannons. And I might as well, I'm going to do pretty much the same thing with his line. I'm just going to move that first unit slightly further forward, just so that we can hit everyone as soon as possible. Going to move them around, seeing as he's moved his entire line in a weird fashion. I mean, most of my line infantry is engaged at the moment. Not to women, but in combat. And we are breaking them. Good. So at this point I think, Napoleon might want to get in there just for a bit of moral support, just in case anyone starts taking a bit of a beating. But we're a regular line infantry, and I've noticed that the National Guard unit on the very flank can't see anything. So I better move him around so that we've got a better view. Usual flank around position. At least the units are now useless as it stands, because they can't do anything yet, but still waiting for the cannons to freaking deploy. And then once we get some cannonballs flying in, everyone's going to start breaking. And as you can see on the mini-map, the topmost unit of theirs has broken. I think he will regroup in a minute. I'm not entirely remembering. But as you can see, I can't see fucking anything. I'm trying to see where that rock is, so I could probably move my men in front of it, because I can't see goddamn anything. I have to just give up for now. But you see this other unit here is very close to breaking in terms of morale. There we go, I can finally see that rock now because the smoke is cleared. Or the black powder smoke. So I can move the line forward. And I'm going to move the National Guard. Leave them on the flank because they're the most expendable unit. And my cannons are finally done, so we can start firing. Hey! As you can see, he's got quite a bunch of big targets to aim at, so we're just going to fire straight into the bunch and try and hit his general. We get a couple of hits, but I don't know how many kills that was. 2, maybe. We're lucky. Usually shit like that. And he's sending his militia around to my cavalry, which isn't the best thing. But yeah, we've got 2 units broken over on the left side. That other unit did not come back yet, and my line that I moved into place is now pointless because there's nowhere to shoot. So I think it's a case of going to have to redeploy. But as I'm going to take these 3 because even that unit, the 3rd unit in the line, is only just in range, so I want to move them all around so we've got a better view. And I decide I'm going to hold the entire flank with just the National Guard, and as you can see right there, that first unit that broke just regrouped in time. Finally get the National Guard running because he didn't want to run for some reason because he's a bastard like that. I'm going to start firing in these militia because we're going to need to, otherwise our cavalry is going to get bum rushed by 1,500 men right there, which is quite worrying for only 200 cavalry because you will get annihilated, even with the light infantry support, which is sat there ripping them apart. And there go the cannons, and boom, 3 units gone. Now that break there was fucking perfect. 3 units gone instantly, thanks to the perfect timing of the cannons. I think it was just straight in between the rifle shots, so that the morale didn't have time to actually regrow or come back in the first place. It was still hurt from the from the musket fire, and then cannonballs go flying in, and then they all just like, fuck this shit, I'm off. Hold his hands up, says nope, I'm good. And I think it's about time I decide I think this is single out this one unit on the flank, charge back in. It's gonna be the easiest way, so I'm trying to get him on both sides, so I'll send the other unit around through the woods, which is a bit slow because cavalry movement through the woods isn't the fastest. As you can see, I've not been paying much attention to the left flank because it's just line infantry. And the only one not firing is actually my National Guard, so I'm not particularly worried. I'm trying. There's a big fight here with this unit because it was quite full, so I'm not like immediately winning at all. I don't think my National Guard is just in range, and they are firing away on this general unit as well, who's running away. For some reason, he brought his general into range. There we go. My cavalry's now behind him, so I'm going to bum rush him on both sides. And he should be wiped out pretty quick. Now, yeah. I think as well, everyone on the right flank is broken, so it's time to turn the cannons around and rip apart the left flank as much as I can. You know, it's a bit of a weird idea, I'm thinking, because as you can see, half of my men are forming a pincer movement on that flank, which is where my cannonballs are now flying towards. So that's why I was contemplating the, what do you call it? What it's called now? Yeah. Canister shot, there we go, yeah. Wait for him to come in range and then canister shot at ass. That's probably the best way. And he pretty much. Nobody's really got the morale to stand up to this. Not going to be too long, I don't think, before anything else happens. Because we have cavalry's just going to chase everybody off. Probably, yeah, going after the. I was going to go after the, what do you call it, the grenadiers. But I thought, nah, we'll just try and get that whole bunch that we were around at the time, and then charge after the grenadiers. We need to get we need to kill the best unit, and then there's his general stood inside of my National Guard unit, slowly killing them all because, you know, National Guard is shit. And his general's ridiculously tough, so he can just stand there and take it for freaking hours for some reason. I don't know why the hell he's standing there inside my unit, it's really annoying. No, there we go, there goes his general. Finally fell in. And everybody else well, pretty much everybody else decided that they were going to break after that. Still fighting those grenadiers over there, but and yeah, about 2 of them escaped. I'll turn the cavalry around. As soon as he's got regrouped his men, I'll turn them. The idea is to turn them around and put them on fire at will and shoot them back once they get into our range. Probably a good idea, but as you can see, I've left my light shooting at each other, horns. And I'm going to turn them around, maybe shoot some other people in the back. And there's my National Guard. I lost, I don't know, about 30 men or something. And he's sending his men out to fight them. Fine by me. There we go, I didn't get the bloody cavalry on fire at will in time, so I think at this point in the original recording I was going like usual. And yeah, they break, which is fine. I expected that they would just break as soon as they took fire from 2 directions, and I think that's that. There's only 2 units left now. Can't remember who the hell I'm firing at with my cannons. I think they're just shooting at whoever the hell's running away at some point, and that breaks that unit, and the other guy didn't go. Instead, he managed to regroup a second unit that's by him instead, so that pissed me off. I decided to split the cavalry up so I can use my remaining ammunition. And it's all just a matter of cleaning up now, so I'll send the cannonballs flying in. That's what, as you can see from the panel down below, it's only my National Guard that's shooting at anyone. I think I decided I'm going to move the light forward just in case I can, catch up and do a bit of shooting. And there you go, once the cannonballs, once like one cannonball flies in there, then they all go, yep, fuck this, I'm holding my hands up, that's me done. And there we go. I'm going to cut, decisive victory. I thought I was going to cut out all the chasing down because that was about 10 minutes of chasing people down. There you go, lost 300 men, killed 4,000. Yeah, still got 2,000 left, which is annoying. And really annoying because that means he gets to go away. So I think, we're going to have to clean that up. So let's go and check the movement path of Giraud. And as you can see, he pretty much runs out there. So he would have been able to do that fight, I think. But as you can see now, he's got no movement allowance left because he cut corner, so it's really confusing. And there you go, look at this remaining force. Everyone's down to about 100. Oh no, they're not. 150-ish, and then there's a couple at 300 and 200. So we're going to have to fight that. Reinforced by Gerard Duroc, of course. Which isn't important, it doesn't make any difference. Because we don't need him to help us. He's beyond our need. Anyway, look at the map there. We've got what? High ground. Well, he's got, well, according to the map, he's got all the high ground. But we've got a tiny little bit on the right flank. Could work, but because of, yeah, the left flank here, we've got a nice little lump. That's a good one actually, because it has a nice little view that there's nothing in the way on the entire line of sight. And if you can get him to funnel his men, he's going to have to come downhill right into the firing line, and it's going to be quite easy to take care of him. But as you can see over on the right flank, we've got a bit of a hill in the way, but our range is a hell of a lot better. So we just go for, I end up just sodding it and going straight for the old tried and true Pac-Man. That's not even a Pac-Man formation, but it leads to a Pac-Man formation normally. Everybody, all line infantry on the left flank, cannons to the right, and then the light infantry on the chasseurs. Right, and we just, fuck it, we're going. So yeah, it's quite simple. We all start firing and we hit the yeah, we hit the hill a lot. Not much we can really do about that. But he's not really, the cannons aren't going to do too much work simply because of the shit position. However, all they need to do is land one cannonball out of the 20 cannons, yeah. One cannonball out of the 20 in the single barrage, just to provide a nice morale hit, and then we're sorted. And that's pretty much it, yeah. It is quite simple. We don't want to waste too much time having shootouts when we can take out a massive dent's worth of happiness with just one shot. Oh, yeah. This is when we start. That's when I start splitting up the line slightly. Because as you can see, he's using quite a long line. I mean, he's got just as many men as me. 2,000. He's got just as many infantry as I have line infantry. I've got like the light infantry as excess. So you can feel quite a wide line. So I'm gonna split my entire force up and then try and encircle, quite frankly, because I'm gonna move the light infantry up quite high into those woods. I don't know why. I don't think I'm gonna move the cavalry around behind as always. Try and flank him. Because you can only fire in one direction, but you can take fire from in as many directions as the enemy can. Oh, that fired. Right, we're going to move part of the line infantry forward. And as you can see right there on the end, I've got one unit of line infantry who's getting his ass shot at. And I'm not doing anything about divinity. But at least, yeah. I'll take these two units and turn them around so that we can draw him into a stupid firefight that he can't win. Yeah, as you can see there, I'm looking at the map. How was that? Showing where my general was going to end up, because I just clicked him and actually set a waypoint for his position. And there we go. Cavalry started shooting at each other. I think they got there before he got in range. I don't think I lost many, but then as you can see, my unit just starts bocking about like they're just fucking idiots. Because one person dies and then they decide that they have to reform, which means they do a magical whirl of some magical sort. Bloody idiots. There you go, that's that one. One unit gone. As soon as my chasseurs get in range and they start firing, and it just got. His morale melts. So I'll send the other unit of cavalry in behind and I advance with the chasseurs. Because it's like, pretty much guaranteed that we're going to win if we do that. But I want to push right up onto this hill, right up, take the high ground from him. Because if he's going to sit there, I'm just going to come in behind and take it away from him. I mean, I'm not going to just sit at the bottom of the hill and slowly make my way up. As you can see, these three units are all standing there with only one in range. This guy is, a gnat's penis away from being in range, but he won't fire. So I'm going to have to move him forward. Anyway, yeah, that's still that mark on the map still fucked up from Napoleon's unit from there. But yeah, I'd redeploy him, so like stop pissing me off. It's really annoying. And the general's gone. Oh, he was only a captain really, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. Cavalry in range, we're just gonna hold and reflect, and 3 units have imploded straight away. And I don't think what do we do now? Oh yeah, I rejoin up the line, and we just advance. It's quite simple tactic. We move the chasseurs forward, and again move a single unit of cavalry now behind because the other unit is chasing off retreating units. Now there's one unit over here in the corner still refusing to die. So we got slight problem here. We have to move. Oh, actually no, he's just standing there, making sure he's only in range of 1 unit at once. So it would be good if I had a fire and advance order, so that which I could give to my men, so that they would keep moving into range. But for whatever reason, they don't want to do that. So anyway, as you can see, he's down to what, one unit that's holding now. Actually, those cannonballs are flying and they're doing some damage. So I changed the target. So yeah, my other cavalry units charging in, wrecking up shop. I bring the other guy back. Means he's actually finished over there. So, annihilated, and everyone's broke actually. Yeah, there you go. With the cannonballs firing, just to get some, you know, what would you say, excess kills. That guy regroups just in time to rout again, and yeah, in the end it was a close victory, but I don't know how it comes to these conclusions. I lost 48 men. And look at this, he's still got men left. So, I have to go after him again, and we have to go and take care of this. I mean, well, of course we have to go and take care of this. He's got what, 170 men? And this is definitely going to require the deployment of my entire armed forces here. But yeah, the Battle of Marseille. So, looking at the map, nothing too spectacular. Got a nice little hill on the right hand side here. So you're thinking, yep, men balls gonna go flying in from there, but I don't know. I can't fit them all on. I don't think, because you see it's only a small little hill. Oh no, I do. Just about. But there's a little lump in the way, and it was driving me nuts. So yeah, deploying right there, and yeah, I only need my light infantry for this. So I'm just going to move the line infantry, yeah, just defending the cannons in case he magically rushes up to them and destroys them. And I also take the cannon. God damn, I gotta stop saying cannonry. The cavalry. So yeah, try and go to one flank with the cavalry, and we're trying to advance straight to his face with the light infantry. And there you go. He's marching like a moron directly into my cannon fire. Look at that. That stupid camera shake. It's so annoying. But there he goes. Look at those moustaches. Oh, look at that. Nothing says dignity, character like a man with a moustache, especially a nice big bushy one. Well, that's what they thought back in the day. I think, yeah. Trying with the cavalry and behind, because once this is over, I'm definitely chasing him off. I'm not letting him get away with any of these men. Not at all. He's getting completely annihilated. To the best of my ability, anyway. And here he comes. And he just about pops in range. For some reason, my cavalry's all messed up because there's a little lump in the way. And there we go. Line infantry opens fire, and he's been absolutely shredded. And that one bolt, and he's gone. And he's gone. Oh well, there we go. Stop the cannons, and I'm just gonna clean him up with the cavalry. There's nothing else to do. There you go. Continue, and wow, he's down to what, 40 odd men. He just gets ripped up by this charge here. Straight through him. That final volley as well shot them all about. And there they go. He's down to 20. And it's like a little moment on fast forward, and he's down to what, 9? Yeah. I mean, that was quite devastating. That's not the first time a cavalry charge has been that devastating on one unit, but it really worked. I think that was because we slightly outnumbered him. There we go, lost 0, killed 89. Damn, that's what I'm talking about. And looky. The states, the papal states, have been pushed all the way back. the Marche or Ancona in Marche. And as you can see, he has a goddamn army there. He has an army inside and an army outside, and he actually has a cannon, which is surprising. But I decide, for whatever reason... Actually, yeah. I'm trying to decide what would be best to leave my men. Because I could move them forward. And what you call it? I could move them forward, you know, right up to the Pope. But that's going to do it. So, thanks for watching this part, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And take care. I'll see you next time.